What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about Ethereum Classic. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down, what's causing so much disruption, and what might be coming next. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. With that said, let's get right to it. So currently down 7.68%, 7.85 million for volume over the last 24 hours. So in comparison to the last week, give or take, volume is very low. That'll make a little bit more sense once I talk on a couple other things. But today, there was a lot of fear in the market, and that was brought on because of PPI, and also retail sales did come in a little bit worse for wear. So ultimately, that's spooking the broader market. And plus, if you throw on CPI, this is where you kind of get mass panic and a rotation of capital, which ultimately for ETC and cryptocurrency as a whole is very damaging because it needs that liquidity all the time. So again, not necessarily the best. Fear and greed index is currently at 73. So people's appetite for risk is still there, but it has been going down. So anticipate more of a retracement as far as that goes as well. So all in all, not necessarily the best based on this news right here. So it does say money market assets rise to fresh record 6.11 trillion. So a lot of people have been watching the rotation of capital. And of course, over the last 24 to 48 hours, you have seen a lot of money leaving the crypto market as well as equities, and obviously moving it to money market. And so thus causing lower volume. Lower volume equals higher volatility. So this is why you've been seeing a lot of crazy swings with ETC over the last little bit. But starting off, I want to go over some of the data points. Right now, there is 1,240 merchants accepting ETC as a form of payment. So of course, that's fairly good. I've always said just the more and more merchants accepting ETC as a form of payment is good. More integration in society is always a move in the right direction. Right here, ETC's hash rate is 131, so still stabilizing, relatively good for that. Unfortunately, ETC has still been lagging. So it is ranked number 27 based on the market cap. So as you can kind of see over the last 7 days, it has been just dropping significantly, especially comparing itself to a lot of the alternate coins around it. And that is because of this. So as far as liquidations go, I like to see who is selling, whether it be longs, shorts, and as I've pointed out in the past, ETC is very heavily shorted and typically has had a good amount of short squeezes. But as of late, you can kind of see shorts have done absolutely nothing. So it's just been longs closing out a lot of their positions, and thus, especially like I said, just big money and whales exiting. That's reducing volume and increasing volatility. So kind of goes all hand in hand. Why whales are leaving ETC? I'm not really sure. Again, all I'm doing is based on the technicals and the macro events on what's moving ETC. Nothing really of substance because, of course, you can kind of see the similar coins around it have been somewhat holding. So a lot of them are down maybe or flat over the last 7 days, and then ETC randomly down 15%. Just doesn't make sense. And also on a side note, this upcoming weekend, I'm going to be doing a video with this individual right here. So they do have a lot of experience with ETC's ecosystem. So they'll be able to talk on a lot of that because on my videos, I frequently talk on, I guess, the technicals and what might be coming next as far as that goes. But I do lack in that whole ecosystem. So this individual has volunteered to kind of speak on that. So again, stay tuned for another video for this upcoming weekend. But aside from that though, like I said, just longs, oddly enough, are just closing out a lot of their positions. So as far as the reasons why, I have absolutely no clue. Maybe shorts are just somehow manipulating it behind the scenes, but like crypto market has been very hyped up. So it doesn't really make all that much sense to try to take ETC down. I don't know. And hopefully you guys can hear me. I am losing my voice a little bit, so my apologies on that. So going over some tentative support and resistance points. So with it right now at $32.80, don't mind that 6% because that is wrong. You should kind of look at this right here. But still, going back over here, it is selling off. So some points to watch for. So right now it's $32.91. So it is below that. So in theory, 3102 is going to be that next strong support, and then this is going to turn to resistance. So right now I wouldn't really consider this broken. It's probably just flirting with it still, but given the nature of what has been happening, the lower volume, I think it is fair to assume that it is going to touch that 31. Whether it does hold or not could be anyone's guess. Of course, there's no data points coming out tomorrow for a larger macro scale, so it is just going to be technicals. And when it comes down to technicals, more so ETC, they are somewhat easily predictable. So that could be something positive, if that makes sense. So again, just take note of some of the strong support and resistance points, but I do feel that there is a lot of fear in the market, and clearly big whales are exiting the markets and moving to money markets, if that makes a little bit of sense. But as far as the technicals go, I do have the 1-day chart up, 7, 25, and 100-day moving averages, Bollinger Band, as you can kind of see right here, stochastic RSI, and momentum. So I'll get rid of all this unnecessary crap. What the hell are you doing? Okay, so as you can kind of see, retail is leaving a number of investors. Plus, looking at stochastic RSI is very oversold. So that could really stand to benefit more of a, I guess, push higher essentially based on that, at least in the short term. But right now it is transitioning right now to the lower percentile, so that's not the best. When it comes down to technicals, you have to look at the 4 hour, 1 hour, everything feeds into one another. Looking at the 4 hour, this is where you do see a pretty big breakdown. And normally 9 times out of 10, whenever a stock or any coin out there based on the technicals, it's outside the boiling band, it usually does retrace in and causes it to go up. With you not seeing any retracement up, it goes to show that nobody is buying. So there's a substantial amount of selling that is happening with ETC. So I don't know, a flash sale or something must be up with the whales. Maybe they're rotating it into other coins, Bitcoin or whatever else, but the technicals are not looking good even on the 4 hour. And looking at the 1 hour, this is where you can kind of see a even further breakdown based on all this. And even further, looking at RSI and everything is just overdone. So in theory, you could see more of a value rally, but I think the trend is somewhat set in stone that this is going to continue to trend down to potentially around that $31 range. And if that doesn't hold, then around that 28. So let me know your thoughts on ETC. Give yourself a shout out. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What is your thoughts on all that? As well, what's your thoughts on money or big whales exiting and moving to money markets, where they're pretty much going to earn maybe 5%, 5.5, or whatever it is out there. So let me know your thoughts. One final thing I just wanted to share with you, take advantage of this promo. It is associated to stocks, but still nonetheless, it is a kick-ass promo. Simply sign up for an account with Moomoo, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock can be valued up to $2,000, so take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.